I was the first one to come here for a procedure because I have neglected tooth care for over 30 years and never thought about it. And I was just so used to not smiling really big to hide the front two teeth where they were deteriorating. And I would also cover my mouth when I would laugh out loud, you know, in a public setting at work and everything. The minute I walked in through the front doors, I felt comfortable just from the greeting of the desk people. And I think the girl that you replaced.
Yes, I was on vacation.
You were on vacation, that's right. But everybody seemed on the same wavelength as far as good customer service, being able to connect with people immediately to the point to where my comfort level went way up. Now, Dr. Jung took the time and detail to explain to me what needed to be done to get rid of the 3 teeth in front of my mouth. And after we talked and she explained everything in great detail, we decided to do 4. Because when I smiled, the 4 front teeth were the worst ones. But I gave her a challenge because I was going to my aunt's 70th wedding anniversary. And we only had a 6-week window. And she promised me that she may not have the permanent crowns, but she said, I guarantee you, your temporaries, people are going to have a hard time telling the difference. And I said, I trust you completely.
She was absolutely right. Steve's family were overwhelmed when they saw him and he smiled, and they kept saying, you look so good, but they didn't know why.
Nobody, and I didn't tell them either.
And everyone kept saying, Steve looks so happy. We're so glad that he met you. And I said, oh, that's not me, that's his teeth. He has his brand new teeth. And then they realized, they said, oh, that's right, he has such a beautiful smile now. So that was what I was most excited about, was the biggest change.
This is the smile I had when I was in my 30s and 40s. And so I feel like I felt more confident. I felt, easier to talk and laugh and act normal around people and not be so shy.
It made a very big difference, and it was the world to me to be able to look at him and see him smile so openly, because he has such a lovely smile.
In fact, one of our friends asked me, he said, are those permanent or is that a temporary? And I said, these are just temporary. And he says, who is your dentist?
Exactly.
He said, because the temporaries I have look like temporaries. And I told him, and he said, well, I'm kind of stuck where I'm at now, but I did put a plug in for Central Park. And they don't live that far away from here, so
since we had moved here, and we were both looking for a dentist's office, and Steve had to have something done, and we put the work off till we'd made the move. So when we came here and I saw how comfortable you made Steve feel, and I immediately liked everyone here, so we both became patients. And after seeing the wonderful work that was done for Steve, I didn't realize, I hadn't been paying attention really to what was happening with my smile. Over my whole life, it's the one area I've been pretty vain about. I always was told I had a nice smile. And it didn't bother me that I was getting older. I wasn't worried about looking my age, but I always wanted my teeth to look their best. And as I started to have Dr. Jung look at my dental care plan, which is so wonderful, the way she presents it to people, she presented that she could do something for me with my front teeth when I was ready. And when time came, I only said, I don't want to look like I have false teeth. If you can do something that looks natural. I don't want to look like I'm 20. I don't want fake looking teeth. But what I noticed, which is true of everything that Dr. Jung does and what everyone in the staff here does, they treated me so much as a whole person, listened to what I needed, listened to what I wanted, my concerns, and then took the time and went the extra mile to make sure that I got something that I would be happy with. Now this is what they did for Steve, and the results have lasted. From the minute he did it, he's just a different person.
The first thing I noticed was the way she injected the anesthetic. Of all the dentists I had been to, I had never had one take so much time and effort to make it as painless as possible. And she was very patient with me, and I didn't shout or scream and scare anybody. But as time went on, you know, I can relax when I come in. And if I do have to get a Novocaine shot, I'm not as jumpy. I mean, I have this phobia with needles, but she has a way of talking to you. She has a way of making you laugh, making you feel comfortable. And I told her just a little bit ago when we were doing the pictures, I said, I'm so glad you were laughing over there at something, but I don't know what it is, but every time I hear your laugh, it makes me smile bigger. So
Exactly.
she is genuinely the whole group of you together is an awesome team.
Wonderful team.
Very good team.
When I had my teeth done, my smile restoration, I was here for a while. While the care to match color, to check and double check, but the way that everyone worked together, and the fact that I knew I was so comfortable and so relaxed because I was in a completely professional setting, but at the same time one that really cared about my well-being. When I was done and they held a mirror to me and I saw what was done, I could not believe it. I still can't believe it. Because the small chips and the grinding and the wear of your teeth happen over a period of time and you don't always realize them. But when people stopped complimenting me on my smile, and I started thinking, all right, that's just the way it's going to be. I never thought that Dr. Jung would be able to do what she did for me. I know the professionalism and the wonderful care she does for the major work that she's done for me and my molars and replacement of other issues of old fillings. But to do something like this for my smile was something I never expected and something I'll always be grateful for.
Well, it sounds like you both are enjoying your smile transformation.
We are, and we're happy to share them with the world. I think a smile is the way you communicate with people. It's the way you communicate with the world, and to be able to smile at people confidently and to see Steve smile the way he does is more than anyone could ever hope for. So we thank you.